we're back. Remember, if you have any questions about our discussion today, you can tweet those at Citizen TV Kenya using the hashtag 10over10. I'll take a look and sample some of your tweets. But like I said, beautiful ladies in the building. And they're going to tell us who they are and what they do. I'll start right here.
Thanks so much for having us. My name is Audrey Rendo. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am Miss Progress Kenya. Yeah, 2018. Miss Progress is about health, cultural integration. It's about the environment and it's about human rights.
Karibu sana. All right, next.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. It's my first time here. Well, my name is Susan Kirui. I'm Miss Earth Kenya 2017-2018. Yes, Miss Earth Kenya. Miss Earth is it's an international beauty pageant that stresses on environmental conservation, not only in Kenya, but also globally. So I get to be the Kenyan delegate representing our lovely nation, Kenya, this year.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm representing our lovely nation, Kenya, this year in October at the Philippines. Thank you.
All the best.
Yeah,
All the best in that. I have to say your dress that's killer, man. Kotu sawa, sindio? All right, so let's get to know a little bit about you guys and your backgrounds in modeling, in beauty pageantry, and why you decided to become beauty pageant. So what's your background?
Okay, I started modeling back in 2014. I was just working at a cyber and there were these ward administrators that were supposed to organize Miss Tourism, but they hadn't done the publicity yet. So one of them just approached me and asked me to kindly go just turn up. I didn't have any idea about modeling. So I just went there, did my thing. I knew I wouldn't pass, but I aced it anyway. So from there, we went to the boot camp, we got trained, and from there, it's just history.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you, do you feel pressure to look like this, like all the time? Like, yeah. You know, when you're out in public, you can't just have an off day. You can't just be, like, people will see you and say, hey, what has happened, sir? Do you feel that pressure to always have it together?
Yeah, I think the pressure is real, actually. Every time you're told, because all of my gigs and events come of short notice by the designers, by, let's say, really big dignitaries that I have. So anytime I just call my designer, I'm like, why are you? I really need a gown. I need to go somewhere, because we're more public figures and we represent the nation as a whole. Yeah.
So, yeah, I want to talk about, you can clap, it's fine. I want to talk about you being public figures and also the platforms that you guys have, because you guys represent some amazing things which you just told us a little bit about. But maybe you can tell us more about your passions and your platforms and what it is, what actual work you're doing as you're going to these gigs and representing your various pageants.
Thank you so much. So as a beauty queen, you have to understand that you're a role model. And in the world that we live today, the youth are short of role models. So if you're put in a place that somebody can look up to you, you have to live up to that role. So my platform, I have a project, it's called the Girls Initiative. Girls is an acronym for girls in real life situations. So I'm going to use my platform to raise awareness about teen pregnancy and prevention. That's my platform. That's what I feel passionate about. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. That's a beautiful thing. How about you?
Well, for me, for my projects I've done I've involved the government of Kenya. I'm working with the Cabinet Secretary, the Honorable Keriako Tobiko, together with other environmental NGOs that come in place. So that's what I do. I champion, I actually stress on the youth. And we are building, for example, colleges, primary schools, secondary schools, just teaching on them environmental education as a whole. Because I think environmental conservation is for us all as a whole. So apart from that, I'm partnering also the reusable sanitary campaign with King Kaka. So last week. Yeah, so I think he's doing an amazing job. So last week we were at Kitale, visiting 11 schools at Trans Nzoia County. Yeah, just teaching the young girls about being future mothers and future women. Yeah.
That's great. You're doing amazing work on both of your campaigns. And last time I spoke to you guys, I think I wanted you to bring out the importance of people thinking that beauty queens, bora tuna kapoa. That's all it takes. It's not that as we're hearing. So when did you learn that it was more than just putting on makeup and nice dresses?
I learned right from the get-go, that it is more of, actually beauty pageantry, it's more about brains than it is about beauty. Because if you look at the international trends, the people who've won the big 5 beauty pageants, doctors, astronauts, physicists, they're paying more attention to the brains and what is in your head more than what you have, the looks. Because, just like a book, the book, you don't judge it by its cover. It's more about the content of the book more than what is, on top of it. Yeah. So I've been beauty pageantry. I really encourage people to take part in it because it's like sports. It teaches you resilience. It teaches you to be chap. Sometimes you might think it's all about makeup, but it's not. A lot of thought has go into what we do. Yeah.
How about you?
Well, being a beauty queen, actually, it all started after high school, but actually during my high school years, I was more of just a cool girl. I was a tomboy, actually. So I never knew. So I never knew all about makeup and stuff. So until when I finished school in 2012, that's where my friends and my closest relatives were like, "Hey, just try joining this." So after that, I did freelance modeling. For the last 3 years. That's when I joined Miss Earth last year, July. And for all those 6 months, I toiled and moiled. I was like, it was just commitment and sacrifice. Every time you have to wake up in the morning, around 5 a.m., do some catwalk training by yourself in YouTube, going to other classes, doing research on all these things. So I don't think it's just all about the beauty, but they also check what do you have in store. Actually, for the qualifications for all this, you have to have a C+. So it's just not about the beauty. You have to see what's teaching.
Yeah, and I guess, I wanted to, you talked a little bit about the process of it all, like how does it happen? You attended an audition as a model. How did you hear about this pageant and what was it like actually auditioning? How cutthroat was it? We hear all these types of stories of how chicks can be, cat fights and things like that, and people just not be very nice. So what was it like behind the scenes?
Okay, so first the agency that is in charge of the pageant, it spreads the news maybe via social media, through print, through TV. Then after that, you turn up for the auditions. We do a small catwalk. Maybe you're asked a few questions because the brains are very, very important in this process, by the way. Then a few of you will be selected. You go to the boot camp, and as Susie has put it, it is rigorous. You wake up at 5 a.m., there's this workout. It's hard. You spend the whole day in heels, but by the time you're out of that place, your body's in shape, your mind is in shape, you're a winner, Then, as for the boot camp, I think sometimes it's very exaggerated about girls fighting because I think some of the best friends that I've made are people I met actually during the boot camp, during Miss University Kenya boot camp, during Miss Tourism Migori. Those are my best friends, so sometimes it's exaggerated. Not to say the girls are not bad, they can be, but yeah, it's a good learning experience besides that.
What was boot camp like for you?
Wow, I got Miss Earth auditions. It happened all around. There was Nairobi, Mombasa, and Kisumu auditions. So when you came for the boot camp, you don't know anyone. And we're around 100 of them. So we are told by the judges, you have to, in your tent, you have to interact with someone from Kisumu. You just don't interact with Nairobi. So it was more of a challenge, but as per that, we got to know each other. We learned so much from each other. And yeah, we grew from that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the experience so far has been good for you, being able to, Ooh, yes. Mpando ulikuwa na swali? Okay, come. Just here like, yes.
I have a question first for Susan, right? Okay, in life it seems like modeling was your cardinal objective in life. Now, when you are doing modeling, did you have any other contingency plan when you're doing them?
Okay, apart from modeling, I schooled, by the way. I did, in University of Nairobi, I did microbiology and biotechnology. After that, I did accounting, of which I'm soon to graduate this year. So I did.
Come on, brains. Come on, brains. You have another question. Does no one else have a question in this audience? You come. Oh, Nampeanga. He's your spokesman. Who elected him? I feel like I should have been present at those elections. Okay.
The last question to her. Okay, does change in ecological niche affect your courage when you're doing modeling? Okay, I'm saying, you said you're dealing more with the environment, right? So I was asking, yeah, but you're part of it. Yeah, so I was asking, does change in ecological niche influence your courage when you're doing modeling?
Oh.
I think we need a new spokesman who speaks regular English.
Okay, what I mean in simple terms is this one. Does change of environment influence your courage towards doing modeling?
All right.
Does anyone want to answer that?
My English has never been challenged all my life. And I thought I knew English. Oh Lord. Anyway, how does change in environment affect my courage in modeling? Change in environment doesn't just affect my courage in modeling, it affects each and every one of us. And I think we're just recovering from floods that wrecked the country, it wreaked a lot of havoc in our country. It affects all of us. It affected all of us in all ways, right? So how it affects my modeling, maybe not directly, but I believe it has in one way or another affected all of us in some way. That's why Susie's on the front line trying to tell people to take care of the environment, plant trees, do whatever you can in your capacity to make sure that we live in a good country with a good environment so that we can preserve it for the future generation. I hope you've been
Moving on, I would like you guys to speak to any young women who are interested in your line of work, are interested in modeling, are interested in pageantry, and tell them some core things that they need to keep in mind if they're pursuing this as a career.
Well, all I can say is the 4 words: persistence, commitment, sacrifice, and consistency. If you know you're a girl or a boy who's turning out for an audition, whether it's Miss Earth, Miss Progress, Miss World Kenya, or any other, because I think there are many nowadays. So just if you haven't gotten a chance, it's never the end of the road. It's next year, go for another one. Ikishindwa achana nayo. Modeling is such a slim industry in Kenya, and through Westernization, we're trying to pull sources together. So if you see it doesn't work for you, there's always another line for you. Yeah.
All right, how about you?
For people who'd like to be models, first you have to realize that just like every other section, any other career that you'd like to pursue, you're going to need to put in a lot of work. You're going to need to develop a very thick skin because the slightest mistake can lead to a lot of criticism. You're going to need to be upbeat. You're going to need to take good care of yourself. You're going to need to know how to present yourself. But above God, you're going to need your God, to just direct you.
I think one thing that's really cool about what you guys do is the exposure that you have, the networking that you're able to do, all the places that you're able to travel. I mean, it seems like it's really an exciting job. What has been a highlight for you of everything that you've gotten to do?
Well, for me, I got to meet so many dignitaries. Like, I was called, like few months ago, I was called by by my managers telling me I'm supposed to go to the office of the cabinet secretary. So I was like, what? how do I address this? And it's there in 2 days. So I got to meet so many people, including the governors and the senators who are working with hand in hand in environmental conservation projects. So for me, it's been a good journey. I'm still 5 months old to this since I was crowned in December. So it's been an incredible journey, and actually the international page and guys, they're looking forward to Kenya, to bring the crown to Kenya. Yeah.
Okay, all right. We'll be looking forward to that. Highlights for you?
Okay, for me, the highlights of my modeling has been meeting people. It has been charity work. I love charity work. You know, when you're a model, it's like charity work is one of the things that you have to do. You have to put yourself at the level of people who need your help. And I think that has changed a lot. It has changed my mind a lot, the way I think about people. You know, like as a person right now, when you walk on the streets and you see somebody's begging for food, you know, you just go past them. Modeling and charity work brings you down to their level. You see their problems and you try to look for solutions, how to help them. And so I think my best part is interacting with people who need my help and knowing that I can enact change into their lives, positive change. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm sure there are people who would like to follow you on social media, get to know more about your work and what you do. So we're just going to wind up here in a moment. I just want you to give your final comments and perhaps share your social media.
All right. I really want to appeal to all of us who are here. With regard to my project, the project that I'm doing about teen pregnancy and teen awareness, please take care of yourself. Please do. It's not easy to be a young mom. I know people post pictures and they make it look beautiful, but it's not. Please take care of yourself, all right? And if you're a young mom, that's not the end of it's not the end of the world. There's still so much more that lie ahead of you, right? So for my Instagram, I'm Audrey Rendo on Instagram. I'm Audrey Award Rendo on Facebook. I also have a blog. If you want to learn everything about pageantry, just go to myrendo.com, okay? Then later in the year, in September, I'll be representing this country in Italy. I really need your support. Yeah. Yeah, I really need your support. Besides that, keep good. Yeah, keep praying.
Final comments from you, Susie?
Well, I challenge all of you guys to just pursue your dreams. Work smart, not hard. You have to work smart wherever you go, be it an accountant, be it a musician, be it a model, be it a teacher, be it anything. So you have to work smart and put God first in everything. Because actually, before even I got this crown, I just used to pray every day. It reached a point where I was telling my friends, I need to give up on this. I had to quit school for a while just to get on this. So just work smart, put God first in everything, and And I think from there on, we leave everything to God, to the rest. So for my social media, it's simple. Suzy Kirui, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So for the King Kaka sanitary reusable campaign, we feel free for all boys and girls, because I think boy child wameachwa kiasi. So you feel free. The youth are actually welcome. So just feel free to DM me on my Instagram handle, and we'll talk.
So as much as you guys are very accomplished and doing amazing things, you must have a favorite song or something that we can play for you kidogo. We see your dance moves or your catwalk. Do you have a favorite song or favorite artist? Do you have one?
African Beauty.
African Beauty. DJ. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of that, and then we'll cross over to the other side for some acoustic music. We've got Lolo Classic, who's going to be singing for us in a little bit, but if the DJ tusaidia kidogo hapa, tumalize na catwalk, ama tufunzwe catwalk. No, you can dance if you want to.
I'm in love with you. There's nothing that wouldn't do. wapi picha twazi twanga kisera posti insta wanga kwakera baada ya chani kimoko cause I just wanna let them know